beneficiaries of the organization. To make organization, it's volunteer. It's not another business. It's then that organization, they refuse. They say for the 1 week,
We'll give you more time, 5 minutes more,
that is
just to make sure they have the
such as we are the found country that ones don't know how we can and it's become a big deal. And it refused to continue to fight, and they stopped it. And after that, GC reserved the direction
We can share our name to discuss. Can share? So let us share.
So let's give floor to the groups, yeah, so that one person can explain what they have been discussing. Yes, we would like maybe you to write down when one is explaining, another one can write down what it was about. We need to know what it was about, yeah? What was it about? Can you write? You give us that copy, yeah?
Are you ready, guys? Okay. So you can start, please first group Odette and Mate. Odette, you can start.
Yeah, you can start, yeah?
You can use the mic, please. Give her the mic so they hear us. Yes.
Morning, all of you. Yeah, thank you. Our example is about the cooperatives, conflict between cooperatives member, and the reason was a misunderstanding or a miscommunication about the coordination. Where the president was one to lead, to attend meetings, to coordinate, to have all information from local authorities to district level, but the information received were not shared to community members or to health member which she's leading. So, which also lead to conflict, to misconduct of other cooperatives members who were working in a coffee plantation, and also the production from the coffee were served only by the president, because she's one to negotiate with suppliers and clients. After this, cooperative members looked that there is the cooperative comes down instead of increasing, instead of growing. They took decision to call upon a general assembly for members, where they took decision to come other people, external people, to come with them for negotiation. When the president refused to return or loses comes from her because of her coordination, cooperative members took decision to
remove her.
yeah, to just him, to just her, and today the cooperative is going well. The cooperative starts and they continue their activities, and their resources are well managed. Today they enjoy that after the year they can have benefit to share, and they have benefit, and also the benefit is shared among family members. I think, I don't know if
Yes, very clear.
explain.
Thank you very
It's
much.
always thank you.
And we learn from you that is that for a leader, he or she have to have a conflict resolution techniques. Otherwise, he might, even with good intention, he or she might create a problem, right? Instead of solving a problem. Yes. Okay, the second group, can we get, I think, Alice there? Yeah.
Thank you. Here we have found two examples. The first example is about conflict between the beneficiaries of an organization and the founder of an organization. This is where the someone who found the organization thinks the one who should lead all the stuff or setting the laws, setting everything, because his money he found the organization, and this blame the conflict between those who benefit from organization and the founder. That's what we saw. Another example is also for the household level, where a man think that he's the one who should provide all necessities for the family to sustain. So there is a conflict that's brought in our society, in our village, where a man think that woman was were employed, but the man were not employed, and the man was think that the woman were employed because of prostitution, and but the woman, because of her hard working, and a man found misunderstanding where the woman come from, where the woman extract their wealth. This was the result of conflict till now. They're still in conflict because of some misunderstanding. That's all we got.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay,
You keep the one group.
from our sister here from South Sudan, I think they are experts in conflict. They've noticed many conflicts in their life.
Every group has a chance to say about it.
That much, yes.
Okay. This conflict, when I was in Sudan, I was in a village. So I'm from a community which is a pastoral community where we keep cows, cattle in a large number, so in thousands actually. And then the conflict arises between the two tribes, the two pastoral groups. So the father of the Dinka tribe, and then one party from the Nuer tribe. And I was in one of the two tribes. So the conflict came it arises that this group want to grab cows from the other group. So whenever they seem to maybe have less cows, or when one want to mine, but doesn't have where to get these mine cows, will tend to unite the group, and they have to go and remain, or they have to go and grab some people's cows, so we call it cattle raiding. And from there, those people whom their cattle are raided, so they will take to unite also the group to raid other people's cattle. It always comes like a surprise attack. So they attack you, they take your cows, and later these people also will secure your place, and then they continue raiding. And that conflict has been continuous for years, and it has always been there, part of that. So that's the conflict that was one thing.
So what do you think can be done?
I think
And now we are educated,
it's possible. It's possible. Since they are neighbors, what we can do is to invite all the sheep, and then bring some project like school where we can educate those, we can encompass those kids from different communities. We put them in the water, then we put the school there. If we keep their students together, so there will not be need for them going to fight the other community when their kids are in the lifeline, around the border where they settle. So they will learn to coexist together, and no one will go to grab the other person. Otherwise, when you do anything like war, your kid will be affected. So they will think of that. I think that can be the solution.
And I want to create discussion, frankly. We don't care to cover all our slides, not our purpose. We can continue this workshop. And when I see people inspired, for us, it's more important than to continue just talking, and so on. Okay? So I want to stop here, based on my brother Taban, right? Brother Taban, what do you think solution can be done, other than what he said? I want to see the purpose here. I know all of you know about conflict. And I know that you are suffering sometimes, even from day-to-day life. Maybe with your children there is sometimes conflict. With your sister, with your mother, conflict. Okay? But how can we start to create solutions, and we see the result in our life? Because sometimes you put the seed and you can't see it in your life. If it's country-based, for example, or national problem, like you know now, Palestine and Israel and these things, you can't see the results. Okay? Easily. Might see it maybe next generation. But what can we do? We studied in universities. We're going to go back. Our country is looking forward for us. Either we close our eyes and we go and we study and we make our own companies and avoid let the conflict be there, but one day it will hit us back. Even if we migrate it back we migrate to Europe or something like this. Okay? Or we do something. So what is the thing they can do? Two tribes are fighting for scarce resources, or maybe scarce or maybe not scarce. But their mindset is that this is scarce resource. For that they go. And by the way, let's put always in our mind, even our enemy tribe, all of them is born with good intention. It is because of the condition they go through, they do whatever they are doing. Nobody is bad. We become bad when we are put in certain conditions. Okay? And we start to react, or for example, you know the story, when we teach about behavioral economics, if someone now starts standing and another person starts standing, everybody will stand up, right? Did you see that video? Right? We call it the marshmallow techniques also, okay? Because why? Because we used to will imitate each other. Because we think, this is the right thing. So they call it, by the way, in culture, the norm. So the norm now I will become a strong guy inside my village or my tribe, and I will say, because my father did that, I will do that also, but now this time I'll do it better way than my father. So he's thinking or she's thinking about what? Doing the right thing. Or doing things right. He's thinking about doing things right, not the right thing. He's not that capable, or she's not that capable to think, is this right before I do it? Okay? Now our problem is that sometimes we are educated, but we don't try to make solutions. So my question to you, what will be the solution? Expected from guys like them, they can go back to their country. Okay? And then we'll let them, they talk about their solution. Okay? What do you think the solution? Now we are supposed to be expert guys. We've gone through, the genocide against Tutsi, whatever, we've gone through all this. And you heard from your parents, if you did not see it, of course, most of you. Okay, or you did not suffer from it. Okay? What do you think they should do? Yes, ma'am.
They have to avoid.
Well, use the mic. These people, they want to hear from you. Yes.
We give them the advice to avoid. We give them an advice to avoid revenge. So they have
Advice?
to.
Have you seen people change because of advice?
Yes.
No. I never. I can tell you with my children even. Advice?
Yeah.
People don't change. You remember what we talked about mindset?
Practice.
Who remember you guys who attended before? Mindset is made from 4 things, right?
Yes.
Which is what? Assumptions,
Assumption.
attitudes, behaviors, and reflections. People might reflect, you might strain me now, or don't now hear this guy or this person, okay? But only for temporary. I remember if I have this attitude, and if I have this behavior, I'm going to do that later.
You keep advise them.
Huh?
You keep on advising them.
I keep on advising them.
Yeah.
Okay, for long term.
You advise
That's
them.
now, this guy, he can't do it for long term. Maybe he will sit 1 month, 2 months. Or he's talk about his story, for example, the tribes. He can't do for long term. Let's talk about something short term. How we can create a change in short term. Yes, Isa. Here, there.
For solving the
Brother, please, the mic.
For solving them, I think that we can build tolerance.
Then, tolerance?
Tolerance, yes.
Okay.
And ask the two parties their objective. Maybe that can be done by arbitrary side. I think it can play a big role in solving the problem.
Yeah, what you can do? Tolerance. I didn't get. Can you explain more?
Tolerance, I think they can agree. We both have a problem, but what are our objectives?
Okay.
So if this is the problem, but if this is a problem, can we fix this or solve it this way and go on to our objective without hurting each other? That's what I think.
Would you call it ODA? Is it ODA? Yeah, something gathering. You talk about gathering and discussing with the community.
Yes.
Okay. Discussion, opening discussion.
Yes.
This is maybe step 1, right?
Yes.
Discussion is step 1. Okay. Well, I would agree on that. As an expert on this issue, I would agree temporarily on that. And something else? So I want something more stronger, something more effective. Yes.
Yeah, I believe most of the conflict that happens in my country, it's all because of the cultural difference, first, and secondly, divergent interests and goals. So, having identified the causes of the conflict that affect us, because it happens it can be between my community and his community. Yeah, so we know this cultural difference and at the same time divergent in interests and goals. Let me take you back a bit. What happened in Europe in 1900s? The powers in Europe were struggling over the interests. Germany has its goals to dominate over the rest. The same to France and UK. All of them, they have interests to dominate over the rest. And this one caused the wars. The World War I, the World War II, and it even leads to the Cold War between Soviet Union and the United States of America. It was because of dominance. It was the interest dominates. The same things happen. Even the least tribes, each and everyone want to dominate the other one. And how can we solve this? We can solve this through consensus building. How do we build consensus? Build consensus between the two communities. We have to educate them that together we can be stronger. But if we have our own different interests and pursue them differently, we shall be in forever conflicts or forever wars, and it will be very difficult for us to come together and solve something. So I believe in building consensus, coming together, educating the communities, starting from the grassroots, that we together, we can go forward. But if we are to pursue our goals, using our own different means, we shall always be involved. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Now, what he said again, is it a short term or long term? It's long term. Yani consensus is one of them, start to be the result if it's not the outcome. Right? Again, I'm asking about short term. He goes back, what they can do. Yes, ma'am.
I'm not sure whether I can give a short-term solution, but if I, based on our experience in Rwanda, from my opinion, I think there are two elements that can help, especially as the preventive measures, in long term, even in short term. For instance, enforcement of the law. When we talk about law, remember we start from the Constitution. The national Constitution has both long and short, because that's where everything is in terms of law and norms to establish the stability in the community, any community. So that's it. A second one, this is what I have been, I was told, because I was not there, in our back days when we still had a monarchy regime, we knew that Rwandans knew that a king must come from a certain family. This family is on the regime. That was based on the code of conduct of a country. So I think also hierarchy is the best thing to respect, to have all of those preventive measures. Thank you.
This guy, because he's a politician, he said, yes, that's true, yes. Guys, always be careful of politicians. Why? Because always they think top down, right? You want to change the law, you want to go to the parliament. But we are not, okay, I respect what you're saying, and you are lucky. But my government and this government, we are not Rwanda, unfortunately. Yeah. Okay, but we can't go to our government leader, tell him go there from Rwanda. They'll kill us the second day. Okay? So what is the solution? Solution in our hands if we see conflicts every day. Because the co-op you mentioned, also he gone through that. He ran co-ops, four co-ops, and there was conflicts. They come together, but when it comes to reality, there is conflict. And many people, you know why we don't have co-op always sustainable? Because many people, they will go out, come in, go out, come in. This also causes for us a problem, because we know, for us, we want to create change. If the co-op is not stable, it also creates a problem. But I'm taking this example, and it's the most difficult one. Okay? This is been historical one. And something historical, it comes from top down, like you did about, you brought all the tribes together, and you have this reconciliation. You have the people getting married from each other. All these techniques, they might suggest it, but might not be implemented. Okay? What can be implemented? Still I'm asking. Nobody answered. From within us. Not from government, not from tribe leaders. What can be done within us? And you know why you are not getting that solution? Because you are again strained with capital-based economy. Okay, believe it or not. Your mind always is that someone else can do it, and we are gonna suggest something. Unless you do something leading by example, you can't change something. So what can these guys, two guys, see coming from these two tribes, okay, and I hope they are talking to each other now, they are friends, right? What they can create as a model, small Rwanda model, not necessarily big Rwanda model. What can I take from Rwanda that when I go back to my country, I can do the small Rwanda model? Okay? A small project together, economic project, that I start to employ these youth from these two tribes, right? I create something beneficiary, for example, I show them, we take the cows from here, and the cows from here, some cows, not all the cows of course, and we create for them a farm, and we show them how much we are, because we make, a milk company, maybe a dairy company, okay? How much we can bring more profit, because people, they will not change except when they see example or a clear example for them from those people, not from talking about even what my brother talked. What's your name, brother? I forgot your name. Huh? Marianne. Yes. What Marianne said, I don't agree with Marianne for one thing. Take a good example from America, from here, from Rwanda, okay. But always when people say, oh, this can be implemented only in America. It can be implemented only in Rwanda. Not implementable for us here. But when you start, guys, to take models and you modify it, and you make it a real model, so that people will think one day, and I will come from Bahrain to learn from South Sudan, not necessarily to come to Rwanda. That day it will make the story successful. So it is about small thing, a small company, okay, that can take something about what is their conflict about, or this conflict is happening, and I take from, and I borrow even from them. Maybe I rent from the cows, okay, and I make from it a small company within my hand, and I employ youth from both parties, from both villages, okay. Then I start to create a story. And I have to be patient for 6 months, something like this. Then I start to talk about the story. See what we brought you? So instead of fighting each other for a resource that they could have made money from it, because when they fight, they kill also sometimes cows, they kill people. Am I right?
Yes.
Whether by mistake, maybe sometimes they don't want to kill people, but by mistake this will happen. Okay? Or they will hurt the cow, if not hurting people. Again, they will lose asset on that area. Yes,
I think I liked the way they are trying to solve the issue. For instance, if we take the case of South Sudanese on cattle grabbing, actually that's true. They can educate young people to transform. That is what they are trying to do. And that is what you call the conflict transformation. We shall talk about this if God allows after pause. But when we talk about, for instance, conflict transformation, people who have been fighting, especially on cattle issues or land issues, this conflict always happen in Africa. South Sudan, because most of them are cattle herders, they fight against each other. But in West Africa, the Fulani, for instance, if you know them, Fulani, if you have gone to Mauritania, so Fulanis, they live in Nigeria, yes, Ivory Coast, so they can graze where they want, so they can graze even the maize of the people. So, this creates also conflict between farmers and cattle herders. This happened also in the Great Lakes region, Ituri, the Rendu, the Helman. Those are things that we know that happens in that case. So, but the key solution to that, as Rwanda models, you see, is transforming the economy. What is the value of the cow? They give a lot of cow. If I need a daughter from your family to my family, I will pay you 100 cows. So that's a lot actually. So I have to grab some cows somewhere so that my cattle grows and I can afford paying dowry to my sons and so. So the transformation of economy from giving dowry to daughters, for instance. We can give money or maybe a symbolic one cow, like it happens in Rwanda now, or it's a symbolic one cow, but now we don't pay cows as dowry, we pay money. So it's a societal transformation. How can we transform from traditional society to, I put quotas, to modern society? Yeah.
Dr. Again, take us up, and we want to be from down. We want to start from down, from you guys. See, my hope, you guys, you are the change agents. Don't go for governments, try to change government like this, no. Governments, they don't change. Why? by just fighting with them. And it happen. You might be clever and you might reach there and change everything. Okay? It happen. Okay? But not everybody is Kigali. Okay? Not everybody is Robert. This is something happened, and he managed to be here, and he's a good guy, and he managed to create his country. But what you can do within your hand, after you graduate, within 1 year or 2 years, you go back, you start a small model, okay, and let it. You'll see that this model will start to impact lots of things. He started co-op with 1 or 2, 3 co-ops, then he had 4 co-ops. Then other people, they started to do it. Now the co-ops, they will stop supporting the co-ops. But at least we brought something to the community. Oh, with co-ops, we have the power to create a change in our life. Right, Lisa? This is what this is their story. Okay? Because they brought co-ops and the people started to see that co-op with $300, they can change people's life, they started to do lots of co-ops in that area. Okay? People, they didn't have co-op in that area, in Negatari I'm talking about. Okay? Same thing for you. It's about, again, seeing what is the source of the problem. It is asset. Which type of asset? It is cows. Okay, let us borrow these cows from this tribe, or buy it, and this comes from this tribe, or we create our own project from that, and we create the yours from different, not necessarily this idea, just I'm telling you, and if you want to create a change about conflict, even for the future, to minimize it, to minimize a problem that's growing, is that we have to create model. That starts within the family, starts within the village, and so on. Because this is now the generation, they want to live, they call it generation me. This is all, they are born after, I think most of them, after 2000. Okay? The generation me means they need to leave a stamp in this world. Okay? This stamp does not come by talking. So don't be dragged by other people who are telling you, okay, this conflict, we can't do anything about it. Let's see. So what people will do, if you see like this, you break the hope of the people and the real circle of economy, which is in your country. You can be more richer, more helping people in your country than to go to work as an employee in Google or Microsoft or whatever outside your country. Okay? But because you can't see that solution, okay, we start to run away from a problem that we can face. Okay? It needs both. It needs the will and the good intention. Let's need to. Because things does not change. Alone we are weak, together we are strong, we shall work together. Okay? It doesn't change by, except with good intention and work. Okay? Because good intention enough is not enough. Okay? Anyway, let's take a break, and then we'll skip continue the Prata, and we'll go for Dr. Emmanuel. Shall we? Yes.
I have a question.
Yes.
Yeah. Sometimes it is good to properly diagnose the problem before seeking to treat. When we look at the problem in my country now, we just look at it. It is not just about cows, or just not the two tribes, the two communities fighting over the cows, but it is more rooted. If we look at it, the historical grievances, and at the same time, the government, the top leadership, is playing a role in influencing the communities to fight themselves in order to keep themselves back in the seats, in the political seats. There are some initiatives that have been tried.
People flourish over conflict. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
This is everywhere.
Yeah.
Even in Tokyo, even here, everywhere.
Yeah. We create chaos and capitalize on them.
Yes.
So that's it. So it has been tried by many people, especially the youth, and the low one, those who are lower in the lower level, they try to mediate between the communities. They try to bring initiatives that will enable the two communities to focus on themselves and leave what the leaders are doing. But it fails because the leaders, at this point, most of them are military leaders. They are very powerful, and at the same time, majorities are illiterate, so they can easily be destroyed. So your